Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of updates to share about the many investigations into Donald Trump, including the coup plot and the classified document case. So, first, several of Trump's attorneys were spotted at a DC courthouse, and it was later revealed that they're fighting to prevent some testimony from being seen and heard by the grand jury investigation into Trump's coup, also January 6th. One source told the Washington Post that the government and Trump's legal team are haggling over testimony that was provided by two aides to the former vice president. Trump is trying to assert executive privilege and or attorney-client privilege over portions of the testimony given by Mark Short and Greg Jacobs. These two men, as you guys probably remember, they also testified before the January 6th Select Committee, and they confirmed the pressure campaign by Trump and others to get their boss to illegally overturn the election for Trump. So we'll see where that goes. Speaking of the January 6th committee, reportedly Jenny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, has agreed to meet with them to testify behind closed doors. The committee wants to question her about her Q-Loon text messages and her attempts to pressure various state officials into overturning the election. It was also just reported that Wisconsin House Speaker, a man named Robin Vos, he was issued a subpoena to appear before the committee, and he's fighting it in court right now. So Vos is a Trump bootlicker, and he initiated a bogus audit in his state. And then he had to end it after they not only found nothing, but the person who he put in charge of it was caught destroying documents and communications that were involved in their scam. We also discovered recently that the Arizona election denier, Mark Fincham, was also interviewed by the Select Committee. Fincham is another real piece of work. He's a member of the Oath Keepers. He's also currently running to become the Secretary of State for Arizona. And he also kept what he called a treason watch list. Speaking of Arizona nut jobs, a judge has ruled that the January 6th committee has the legal right to review the phone records of Arizona Republican chairperson Kelly Ward. She acted as one of the fake electors in the alleged scheme to overturn the election. Her husband also took part in the fake electors plot. She sued the committee to try to block them from getting her phone records, and the judge said, no, they have every right to look at this. In Georgia news, Kraken attorney Sidney Powell was scheduled to testify before the grand jury in their investigation into the attempted coup, but she was a no-show. So supposedly there was a miscommunication. That's why she failed to appear. Who knows? So we'll see. It was also recently reported that the Secret Service knew in advance of January 6th that a neo-Nazi group was plotting to occupy the Capitol. The Secret Service received tips from the public that a neo-Nazi group called, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but I'll try, Vorherrschaft, I think. Anyway, Vorherrschaft Division, apparently they plan to be in DC on the 6th to incite violence. And the Secret Service was also warned that there were two people who were bringing, quote, ballistic helmets, armored gloves, and vests, rifles, and suppressors. So evidently the Secret Service passed along the information to the Capitol Police about the neo-Nazis about 1 week prior to the Capitol attack, but then nothing further was done. And then the Secret Service spoke with the two people who were said to be traveling to DC with weapons. So when their planes landed, they spoke with them, but then it appears no other action was taken. So, what more can we even say at this point? It's ridiculous. Trump's people were in charge. They clearly did not give a damn about the threats. Anyway, we also just found out that Roger Stone called Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes 9 days after the Capitol attack for some reason. And he was also in contact with the then Proud Boys chairman, Enrique Tarrio, both prior to and following January 6th. The January 6th Select Committee was able to confirm these contacts and communications because they obtained Roger Stone's phone number. And so they checked the call logs. They also found that Stone made numerous calls to Republicans who took part in the plot to overturn the election, including Attorney General Ken Paxton from Texas and a Trump aide named Arthur Schwartz. My final update is about the classified documents that Trump stole when he left the White House. We now know that Trump's legal team wanted to get their hands on the documents because they wanted to ascertain Trump's legal liability and also their own. Because remember, some of his attorneys are now facing their own criminal exposure because they either lied for him or he lied to them, and now they're going to have to tattle on him to save their own asses. Anyway, guys, when I hear more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.